Welcome back to part 2. As you can see, I have cleaned these links and ensured that they all move independently and they are not soldered together. I did have one on this chain that did stick together, but I was able to just pull it apart and it didn't damage the ring. So once your rings are all freely able to move, you want to start the stretching process. So you're going to need a pair of pliers like this. They open and they're round. These are usually used to pull off the C-clamp on the end of a mandrel. Go ahead, stretch your ring. Put your 2 rings in the center. Place your tool and stretch. If your ring is weak, you will immediately know. So if you've come this far and you've seen my other video about the paperclip style link, okay, so I found a bad link. Let's repair it right now. Usually it's either going to be reheating it or just adding some more solder, and we'll be taking care of this ring with more solder. Sometimes you have to hold them with pliers. Just firmly grip it and then put the link lining it up. Since it did come out of place, it is not level, so I will need to fix that. So I'm just using my pliers to seat that link just a little bit lower. And as you can see, hopefully it is nicely leveled. But I'm not just gonna go ahead and solder it right now. I'm going to do these other links and we'll solder that link last. So again, put your other links in the center and your plier edges on the outside, and then squeeze. And we have another bad link. So we'll just realign it and keep moving. Sometimes this happens while you're working, so don't let it frustrate you, just continue working. This is good because finding these links ensures that the wearer will have no issue like this. Okay, so we got through our chain and we have 2 links that need reworking. I'm going to put that down and we're going to continue on this one. Same process. This one seemed to do better than the last one, but you can't control your solder flow, so it is what it is. And of course the last link didn't work. So now we know how many links we have to fix. And my link stretched way out of shape. So let's just take that link off and switch it with a spare. You're probably wondering about that link and if I was going to have to use it. Well, now you know. Sometimes your solder just doesn't go. Sometimes your flux flows badly or it gets contaminated. There's a number of things that can happen, but don't let it get you down. Just continue working. So this one ought to be pretty easy to repair. We'll just place it there, set up our flux. We're going to use a third hand. And in this case, a third hand is a tool to hold your tweezers. So I bought these when I very first started, so they're several years old. So if you're looking for a pair of third hand tweezers that look like mine, good luck. You can find them, but fairly simple. So you have a weighted base, you have a screw with a sphere on the end, and then another sphere, and then you can see what it looks like. Go find it. It's called a third hand. I'll probably link you one in the description. And after that, you can search to your heart's content for your own third hand if you don't have one and you're looking for one. So I'm going to suspend this chain. I don't like the look of that, but so we'll just point it down. So I want my tweezers at the bottom of this link, and then I want the links below it with at least this first link. I want the solder pointing down where I've already worked it so that it doesn't fuse together. You can even go a little further down with this and bend your tweezers sideways and then angle it so that you dangle most of your chain across your board. You just have to remember where you're working. And where your fire is pointing. Keep that in mind. So put that right there in the middle of that flux spot. I'm gonna re-wet my flux because by the time I get to that, it's probably gonna dry out already. Pick out the prettiest two pieces of flux. 3, So I need 3 pieces of flux because I have 3 links to repair. And I think I'm going to turn this just a little because I need the top of the link up on the top. So the tweezers are going to act as a heat sink between this link and the next link, which can also increase your soldering time, but that's just part of the process. In order to understand why this is the way it is, it keeps the link underneath it from absorbing all of the heat and becoming the same temperature as the link above it where you're going to be adding solder. Here we go. And I'm gonna have a nice solder joint. So get that in the water. Then into the pickle. And now we're gonna go and repair this one. So we turn our joints away from the one we're working on. Same process as we just did. Clamp the link at the bottom. Apply flux. That one looks better. Quench. Change the link. Again, put the flux side down, put the new link up, and the flux or the soldered side down and the open up. Don't forget the flux. Since that has a lot of fire scale in the joint, I am going to apply this liberally. quench. Now this time we are going to stretch the link and make sure that it is repaired. And we are good. That's one link out of two. So I will make sure to get the other link in the next video. Okay, repair done. All links are stretched. This one might need a little bit more. It's not budging, so we'll put this in the pickle. We'll clean off the flux, and then I will, in the next video, be annealing this, quenching it, and then we will proceed with the next step in the process. See you in the next video.